Okay, hello and greetings to you, viewers from across the tubes. I am Gnarly Quack, although my friends and enemies call me Carl, and I am back working on Dr. Strangetest, my testing framework for PHP. And I wasn't really planning on doing a second stream today, but after wrapping up the previous stream and thinking a little bit more about how we're handling incomparable values in the diff algorithm, it occurred to me pretty much my entire everything I'm doing to sort of generate a diff for incomparable values is wrong. So, and on top of that, I also discovered in my previous stream I had somehow messed up some of my tests. So they weren't bad tests per se, but they weren't testing what the test said they were testing. So, needless to say, I was feeling a little disgusted, and I figured the best remedy for that maybe not. I guess we'll see how things end up going. Is to jump back into it and try and straighten out some of this mess. So let me get into the code here. And let me, I guess the first thing, well, let's see. I believe all our tests are passing for whatever good that is. But I think I do have a few just stupid changes that are in the test. So let's just take a look at some of these tests. And let's see what we got here. So I think one thing I want to do is I'm a little bit surprised I'm taking that by reference. But regardless, one thing I think I am going to want to do is I think maybe test this through the assertion framework. So we're going to get actual equals it's going to be assert throws, and we're going to expect a strange test failure, I believe is what we've called it, and we're going to do function use from to, and we're going to assert, this is assert greater, so we're going to do from and to, I guess. And there's really no point in taking these by reference anymore. I don't even know if it matters if we do or not. But so that will be, I suppose, what am I doing here? That's going to close this function then, and then expected is going to be and let's see, we're going to have assertion, and this is going to be actual greater than min failed, and then we're going to have this. This is going to be this is going to be min. Actually, this is going to be and then we're going to have 2 in here, I guess, if I can figure out how to type this. Yeah, 2, and then expected. And then we're going to want to say actual get message, I believe, and expected. So let's just see, that should not have actually broken any of my tests, I believe, but as you can see it did, and I'm not sure why. Because this should be expected, this is why. Okay. So not off to a great start there, but there you have it. So this test looks fine. Right, this test looks fine, I guess. So we want to test that we're testing greater. So this 1 being less than 2 is going to end the test, and then everything else after that doesn't matter. We're going to want to test short array is less than long array, and this right here is kind of a ridiculous test right here. So let's fix this. This is going to be 1. So what did we have? So we had, so this is going to be, I think, 1, 1. What did I have? 115 or 335. So 1, 1, and I guess 3. It doesn't really matter. So what we expect to get here is, and this test is now going to fail, but what we expect to get is 1 needs to be made, 1 and 1 need to be made greater than 1 and 2. I don't know what is going on here. And then 3 is okay. And then we want to subtract, or this is going to be add a 4 and a 5, I believe is what that is going to turn into. Okay, the string tests should all be okay because I think I actually took time to think about those and write them. But let me just double check them. Test object less than an object. That should be all right. Test array less than object. So the array needs to be made greater than the object. And then right, this 1 and 3 need to be made greater than 2 and 5, and then 1 and 2 and 1 need to be made greater than 2 and 3. And then common shorter string. Yeah, okay, that's because this is a strictly greater than. So the other thing I want to test is, so this is going to be a test, I guess, comparable short array. I also want to do a test for basically what I'm going to call a test incomparable short array. I believe that is the term used by PHP, is incomparable values. Incomparable, yep. So for this, so I want basically this, but I'm going to basically make this a dictionary. So then this is, so let me just line these up. So let's set that to 1. 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4, I guess, just to kind of make that clear what's going on there, or try to anyway. So what we expect here is 1 needs to be made greater than 1. And 2 needs to be made greater than So that needs to be made greater than 2. And then I guess I actually want to put, so this is what, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's also put, well, guess it doesn't really matter. But I kind of want to put 5 there. And we're going to get, we should get, I think, oh, we're going to get a 3, looks okay. Should get that, and then we should get, we need to subtract 5. And then we're going to need to add 0. And 4. So I think that's what we should get there. That's not really the nicest formatting. That's probably the best we're going to be able to do. And it's at least correct, I suppose. And then I want to do, I guess, incomparable arrays. And we're just going to have something like 1, 2, and then we're going to have 1 and 2. And we should have get rid of 1, 2, and that should go to that. Okay, and then I may want to throw some incomparable objects in here, but let's just get started with that. So we should have a whole bunch of failures now. The incomparable arrays fails, and that fails, and that fails. Okay, so let's get in here into diff. So here, I guess I'll bump this out. So pull up my definition for value here. Okay, so if this is an array, what we want to do is so I think we can actually use this this index here. So we'll set index equals 0. Basically what I want to do is I want to have an array of mixed to int. And this is going to be an array of keys. So what we're going to do is we're going to have, we have results, keys, key equals index. So we'll throw that up there. Is_list equals result, is_list, and key equals index. And then well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll set the key to the index, and then we'll increment the index. And we're actually going to want to do more or less the same thing here for properties. We're going to have, guess we'll put this up here, index equals 0. We're going to have result keys, key equals index, and we'll increment that index. And I don't know, I guess we'll just do that here. Okay, so that should not have neither broken nor fixed anything. Unresolvable type. So, would I forget a comma? No, I just typed that wrong. All right. So, down here now. Wow, okay. I just totally blew past what I wanted. So string is fine. And what do I have up here? So I do the type testing, array, string, and it's either string. So the two types are the same, and the type is either string, array, or an object, and the two objects are of the same type or the same class. So we're going to want to do that show key. We're going to want to do that start value, and then we're going to want to do from keys equals from keys, 2 keys equals 2 keys, and then we can iterate through these keys for each from keys as key index. If is set, actually, if not is set, 2 keys key, then we're going to do basically this incomparable this here. Actually, it's not going to be a delete and insert, but it's going to be a delete right, we're using f values, so f values index show key false, and we'll keep this for, I don't know, we'll just shove this down here. Otherwise, what are we going to do here now? I don't think we actually need to do this line this line position business because we're not doing strings. So we're going to want to do something like this. So equal is going to equal true, I think. All right, so if we do not find the from key in the two keys, we're going to delete from. Otherwise, if we're equal, we are actually, here's what we'll do. We'll do well, let me think about this for a second. So if we're equal, we're going to want to do this. But the from value, this is going to be f value is going to be f values index. To value is going to be two values, two keys, key. And then we'll do this f value and that, I believe. Otherwise, I guess we're just going to copy where are we here? We're going to copy. I guess we'll just pull this f value out. F value equals f values index. So otherwise, if we're equal, we're going to diff that. Otherwise, we're going to copy the f values, or f value. This is going to be show subkey. And then I guess we'll unset two keys key. All right. Now, and then I think, so in all cases then, right, we should be done with from. And so what we want to do is take care of two. So it's going to be for each two keys as key index. We're going to want to insert values, t values. Actually, I guess we don't even need the key. And we don't need the pause. So I think that's probably going to be it. I have a feeling now, though, looking at this, I probably screwed up my previous test. I doubt there's any way that's working. $935. Yep. And then, where are we at? 931. Yeah, that should be f value. Thank goodness I went through my variables to change those. So that didn't fix anything. But let's see what we got here. And that's going to be test grader. This is in what? 68. Oh, this is in grader. Oh, okay, so I see what this is doing. This is saying and then plus. And I suppose it would be good if I actually wrote. Is that what that's saying? No, that's not what that's saying. Oh. I feel like. So why is that? Right, shouldn't show key be true here? I guess it's because we're printing out the entire value, and so that's making its own decision about whether or not to show the keys there. So I guess I feel like, let me think about this. Delete and insert, right? If these are, what happens if I just actually delete this? Right, I almost kind of feel like that should be taken care of by the other cases now. So this will revert back to this, right? Okay, so where was Okay, so I think that looks okay. Is that how I want to do that though? What happens if I do so 1, 3, I guess I don't, this would probably almost be easier to just maybe not. So 1, 2, 3. So this is going to go to I suppose I'll get more testing when I do it the other way. Let me just run this test and see what we get. So we get 1, 3, 5 are all in here, so we should get 1. Actually, this is 1, 3. So 1, 2 needs to be made greater than 1 and 3, and then 5 is okay. 5 is okay as 3, and then 6 goes to 4, and then what we have 0, 2, and 3. That goes to 0, 2 goes to 2, and 3 goes to, no wait, 0, 1, 2, this is 4. Okay. So now we'll do greater equal. Greater equal. So I guess we're going to do the same thing here. So this is going to be greater or equal. And then Same thing here, essentially. This is going to be actual get message. Have anything failing in there? We do. Okay, so let's take a look at these tests here. Test array, less than array, that looks good. Equal arrays is going to be okay in this case. Test, what do we have? Comparable, shorter array, and so we're going to have 1, 1, 3, and then this is going to go to 1 is okay. But we're going to want to make 1 greater than 2. Then 3 is going to be okay. And then we're going to want to, we need to add 4. Right, that should actually fix that test. Yep. Okay, let's see this. So this is going to be okay. We're going to want that 3 to be greater than 3, and then 5 is going to be okay. I think that'll just pass that, right? Yeah. We're going to want this test in comparable arrays. That should be exactly, that should just pass as is. Yep. Just array less than object. Oh, this is object less than object. Yeah, I guess we'll put this in here. Except this should be okay. Right. One failure. Then we have longer string. Okay. I feel like I want to throw another. I don't know. Let's just get through. Let's just get through this though. All right. So let's. Okay. Yeah, we'll do diff less. I guess we will grab this. But this is going to be, right, we're in diff less. Guess we'll just grab this. It's going to be actual less than max. Okay, let me just make sure I didn't break anything there. I broke a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, I got to swap. So this needs to be made less, and that needs to be made greater. It should just be back to one failing test. So test equal arrays, that should fail. Test array greater than array. So that looks good, I guess. Although I think I will put this. Guess it doesn't really matter, but we'll do 5, 0, and then we'll set this to 2. I don't know. That should still pass. Nope. Oh, that needs a comma at the end. Okay. Test the long array is greater than a short array. So this we want to be one, 1, 3. So this is going to be 1. Actually, this needs to be made greater, right? Oh no, yeah, that needs to be. What the hell is going on here? So 1 and 2 need to be made greater than 1 and 1. 3 is okay, and then that should be 4. And then we want to get rid of 4 and 5, I believe, is what we want there. All right, 1 and 2 need to be. Right, 1 needs to be made less. 1 and 2 need to be made less than 1 and 1. Okay. And this is a comparable. Right, we basically just swap those. Yeah, so we want to do. It's incomparable now. Except this is a longer array. Is greater than shorter array. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So we're going to have subtract 0 and 0. We're going to make 1. I think greater, or 1 needs to be made greater than 1 equals 1. Then 2, that goes away. And then 3 needs to be made less than 3, 2. Then there's no 4. Then I think this 5 is okay. And then we need to, what, add this 6. And I have a feeling those are going to get bumped up there, maybe. Let's see what we get. See what we get. No. So they are staggered. Or they're not. So 0 goes away. So we're saying 1, 0 goes away, 0, 2, and 4 go away, and 1 and 3 need to be made those need to be made greater than that. 5 is okay. What do I think about that? And what did we have here? We had I mean, since these are incomparable, I guess I'm okay with kind of strange diffs. I guess. Right, that's going to pass now. Test incomparable arrays. I think that probably looks the same. Test object greater than array. That's what we're going to get there. Oh yeah, I've got Okay, test longer string greater than shorter string. Test shorter string. So 1 and 2 need to be made less greater than 1 and 3. And 1 and 2 need to be made less than 1 and 2. Okay. So I guess that looks all right. And now, so I guess we're going to do the same shtick here. Make sure that looks all right. Okay. Equal arrays is okay here. Test array. Oh, I see what I did. I just totally pasted this into the wrong place. Boy, all right. So I guess I'll do that. Right, this is what? Test longer array. So this is going to be test comparable longer array. So this one is going to be okay. I think that'll make that happy. But now I need to change this to 5, 0. Okay. This is going to be tested comparable shorter array, or longer array, I should say. So I guess we're going to get 1 is okay here. I guess that's what we're going to get. Yeah. Hey, Schoolie, how are you? I'm doing all right. Just sorting out some differences here. How are you? Nice. Well, that's a good thing to be doing, I would have to say. Let me just sort out these incomparable arrays. So I think that should just pass as is. Yeah. And we have what? Object greater than array. Let's try object greater than object. Are you a PHP programmer, or you just kind of floating around the programming channel, see what's going on? If you're still there, that is. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, JavaScript seems to be the popular language. That and Python. So I can't blame you for learning that. All right, so I think the rest of these tests probably look all right. Okay, so we kind of sorted stuff out. Yeah, yeah. Well, enjoying it also helps too. Money can get you a lot of things, but I don't know that it can always get you happiness. So doing something you like definitely helps. All right, so let me take a look at this real quick. So I suppose that looks all right, and that actually shortened up that code quite a bit. Now I'm just curious, where is it? Function, format, diff. So oh, this is still pretty janky. I need to come in here and clean up a lot of this code. I don't know if I'm going to get to that tonight, but I just kind of wanted to sort out, well, what I just sorted out, to be honest with you. How long did that take me? Just under an hour. So this is down here. Yeah, I'm doing some very finicky, uh, as you could, as you might have seen from the tests, they're just very finicky tests. So what I've actually am working on is a test framework for PHP, and so the framework implements its own diff algorithm, and what I've been working on, I guess it's been the last couple weeks of streams, not that I've been streaming full time or anything, but is extending the algorithm to do these less than and greater than comparisons. Before it just did like equal or not equal. So I've kind of been extending the algorithm to handle those types of comparisons because PHP actually defines comparisons between arbitrary types. So that's kind of what I've been working on. And I realized after 2 weeks of working on this that what I was doing to handle this, I was doing completely wrong. So I just wanted to hop on here and fix it, which I think I probably have. But that's kind of what all these crazy tests are. Like PHP just says, well, it says two conflicting things here, but it says an object is greater than anything else. So I have this test of an object being greater than an array. And so I'm just making sure my framework formats this like that. I used to. So I'm not actually a professional programmer right now. I used to be, and I did use PHP. Because I did, PHP is mostly used for like server-side programming. So more for like a back end language, I guess. So it's the language I've been using the longest and I'm most familiar with, but I've learned it's not really my interest right now to use it, but I'm a relatively new streamer, only 2 or 3 weeks, I guess, and I've had this project sitting around for a while, and I figured it would just be a good project to start streaming with. Um, but it is if you are looking to do web development, I guess it's not a bad language to know because it actually it sits behind something like 70 or 80% of websites. Well, depending on whose numbers you trust, I suppose. Oh well, thank you. I'm hoping one of the reasons I'm streaming is I'm hoping to kind of get back into the industry, and since I haven't been in it for a while, I'm just kind of streaming to sort of build my confidence with my skills. Yeah, there's a lot of different things you can do. I guess the easy way in is this sort of JavaScript and web programming and stuff. Um, but if you don't mind sort of getting into the I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like if you really like to get into like kind of hard problems and stuff, or just other problems, there's a lot you can do out there. I mean, if you're hanging around the Twitch channel, you'll probably see a lot of game programmers and stuff. So, if you really kind of want to get into learning how computers work and stuff, that's a good way to go too. Although web development's probably a little bit easier than game programming. Not that I know from experience, but yeah, I guess what I'm saying is like if I was going to write a game, and that's kind of how this framework works too, but I would probably be more inclined personally to like write my own engine from scratch and stuff rather than use like Unity or Unreal. And so that's kind of one of the things in this framework. Like I've written my own diff algorithm. Everything in here is pretty much written from scratch, and part of that is just to support older versions of PHP. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend starting that way if you're just getting into it, but sort of realize learning things like learning things from scratch is also very valuable just so you know how stuff works even if you don't end up well, it depends on what you're doing. If you're writing a AAA game, yeah, I think those get to several 100,000 lines of code. But if you're just writing a simple game, you could probably do it a lot less. Nice. I'm just trying to think if there's anything I kind of hate to knock off since you just showed up, but I think I've accomplished what I wanted to do. And I see you followed me. Appreciate the follow. Thanks, Schoolie. So what time is it? Yeah, I may actually call that. So I do have some other things I want to do. It's starting to get late, and I just kind of wanted to sort that out. And it only took me an hour, which has been one of the more productive hours I've had in programming, I feel like. I was on earlier today for like over 2 hours, and I feel like I barely got anything done. But there you go. That's programming for you. Do I want to commit this? I guess I'll commit this. Let me take another look at this real quick. These are what my tests. Yeah, okay. Just make sure. I'm using NeoVim, or basically Vim. So it's, and I'm also on Linux, so I use command, I'm a Linux nerd, so I use the command line a lot, so I like using NeoVim because it's a command line editor. And I'm not I'm not like a Vim master like other people are, but I've only been using it for about a couple of years or so. But yeah, I know I joke that I know just enough of it to slow myself down. That's probably not actually true, but I've decided I do like it. But I don't know if you watch like oh no, this is Linux, and the terminal emulator is Alacrity, which is like a hardware accelerated terminal, and this is its default theme, which I really like. Like slightly less boring than like a normal terminal. Yeah, that's what I'm using here too. I really hosed myself up like about a week ago on stream using with JIT, which is like the first time I've done that. I guess it's probably because I was streaming and not paying attention to what I was doing, but thankfully I dug myself out. Boy, I'm gonna have to sort out all these commits later, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, so I think I'm about done. So I hate to kind of bail on you so quickly, Schoolie, but yeah, I've done what I want to do, and I have some other things I need to go do before I turn into bed tonight. But I do appreciate you dropping in and the follow. And if you got notifications turned on, uh, I'll probably be back on tomorrow. And yeah, I've got my GitHub link there in my profile. So yeah, thanks again, man. Or I guess don't know if you're a man or not, but appreciate you hanging out. And if anybody else is lurking or maybe watching this VOD after the fact, then whoever, wherever, or whenever you are, then I bid you peace, and I hope you take care of yourself. So cheers.